So it's Wednesday, August the 2nd, and 2023, and we thought we would drop a personal update in the podcast feed. So,
Woo!
yeah, these will be sort of intermittent. So we may do them every 2 weeks or we may not. It just depends on our schedules and how we're feeling about it. But we thought we'd do one this week and let y'all get a little insight into what's going on in our lives. So,
Yeah.
Miss Catherine, how are you doing?
So not too bad. But first, are we putting up the video for these two?
I guess we can.
Okay. I just want I mean, like, I did my hair. I didn't. I woke up from a nap and threw it into a ponytail.
That's why I don't have hair. It's nice.
Oh, because you don't like ponytails? Or you don't like naps?
I want to apologize to all the naps that I insulted when I was a child.
Yo, right? There are times where I was like, as a kid, I'm like, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
However, what I didn't understand was being forced to take a nap because I had to take a nap at the exact same time that my mom wanted to take a nap, and I wasn't tired at that point. So,
Yeah.
like, had she set up maybe a nap time for us that was like our natural nap time, probably would have enjoyed naps better. I didn't start enjoying naps until I was in high school.
Mm. So, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It has been hectic in my life for the last 2 months.
Ah,
Yeah. So, but it could have been a lot worse. Could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. So that's how I am.
okay. How's your writing going?
Well, I finished all the line edits for Scandal's Pen. I don't know when the last time we've done an update or anything. So, so I finished all the. I want to play with something. Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. We're good. I just wanted a rock to play with. Anyway, so my ADHD is sky high since I had that hot cocoa. Like that was a bad decision to do before we decided to podcast. So my writing has been going well. I did all the line edits for Scandal's Pen. I am in the process of trying to get some beta readers to read through it. Um, might might start publishing it as a serial fiction for a few months to get some feedback while I save up more money to fully publish the book. So doing that, wrote a short story for Scandal's Pen, which you guys can listen all about on episode 31 because we do that over there. I want to go like, woo, but like there's nothing for me to point to, but it's fine. I'm just going to keep being weird today. And then I wrote Theodore's short story as well, which is super exciting. I have to go back in and take a look at that and then send it back off to my co-writer. And then I'm supposed to be doing more of that. Oh, there's the cat. And totally got got kidnapped by my space opera to the point that I've written 20 pages, not fully written because I've just like pieced some, like a Frankenstein some of them. But um yeah, like that space opera was like, yo, you're done with and this is what happened with Scandal's Pen originally. I wrote it, I did a first edit of it, threw it into a drawer. Um, Actually, it was honestly the closet because I printed the whole thing out and chucked it into the closet and then didn't write it. And I wrote over 200,000 words in 9 months. And like that was the first space opera. Then I realized that that book needed to be broken into at least a minimum of three. Took it, wrote another 200,000 words, realized, oops, forgot the bad guy. And I've started back over. So I think I'm at like 70 something pages already, which isn't too bad.
That's not bad. Well,
Yeah.
I've been working intermittently on my urban fantasy, and it's going very slowly because I'm a very slow writer and I'm meticulous, and it sucks. I wish I was faster, and I'm trying to find a way to make it faster. Um, and I'm trying to find a way to be more consistent about it. That's a struggle for me. I find that I do a lot better with editing than I do with first drafting. Um, so that's the way it goes sometimes. That's like our most recent guest, Rachel Heron. She's the editing queen, and I'm just not a first drafter. So um, news for me, I am, and you may be able to hear my daughter's cat McCavity in the background. Um, he's here yowling at something. He wants attention or something, or food, something like that.
Food.
Food, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just back from Cleveland where I spent some time with some of our previous guests and with our mentor Jay Thorne, working on my editing business and a 5J challenge that I'm sure we'll announce at some point in the distant future. Um, and in a couple of weeks, I'm going to Australia
Woo!
because it's time for me to take a vacation. I've not had one, and this is a bucket list trip, and I found a way to get there for only a few $100s instead of $3,000 or $4,000. So I'm going to take the opportunity and go, and my day job can just sayonara. So, um, but I'll be taking my laptop and I'll be trying to write while I'm there, in addition to doing all the other touristy things and relaxing things, and spending a week on the beach and going to Sydney and going to Brisbane and seeing friends and all of those things. So um, that's what's news in my life. There's nothing. I want to say there's nothing exciting, but I honestly going to Australia is pretty exciting for me.
Yeah, I mean, that is very exciting. So I had a question about your writing.
Okay.
What are you writing on? Because I know that writing for you in the past has been pretty difficult. The irony of the fact that I absolutely love the first draft process and you hate it, and I kind of hate the editing process for my own work. I don't mind editing other people's work, but for my own, I'm like, no, I'd rather just write and be lost in my world than worry about what a sentence sounds like.
If I'm
So, go ahead.
well, I was going to say if I'm putting words on a page, I am in Scrivener, um, which I know you absolutely love. Scrivener is wonderful. Um, and for those of you who cannot see Miss Catherine's face, you wish you could. Yes, I know she hates Scrivener. If I'm doing something like brainstorming, I've got my iPad and my pen out, and I am going to town in a piece of software called Freeform that comes with the iPad. It's a piece of Apple software, and it allows me to, uh, like it says, Freeform draw, and I've got pens and colors and highlighters and you know all the tools you would expect, um, so that I can brainstorm and hand draw and do diagrams or just do handwritten notes or whatever, and I can move it around. So it's essentially an enormous sheet of butcher paper. So I'm not restricted to like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's really kind of cool. So
Oh, that is cool.
yeah, so it's one of the ways that Apple is superior.
I suppose. I have a super note that has unlimited pages, so I can keep going.
Yeah, I can create more documents in Freeform.
Yeah.
It's great.
I can mark them up. I can still search them really easy. And it even turns my handwriting into typed.
Mm-hmm. So
And there's no blacklight like your Apple products would have.
I have to give Miss Catherine a hard time because I'm very firmly in the Apple ecosystem and she's very firmly not. So,
Nope. PC all the way, including my phones. My phones need to be an Android. Now, I will say Apple has better cameras than most Androids, but I'm okay with having slightly better, like slightly worse pictures for a better product that runs smoother than an Apple phone.
see, and I'm a convert to iPhone. I bought an iPhone 12 when they were the one I got was on sale for Mother's Day, and so I picked it up just to try it because I had been with Android for many years, and I was sick of Samsung products and a certain charging problem that I had with it. They have a tendency, at least in my possession, to believe that the charging port is wet, and they refuse to charge. And
They did go through an issue of that for a while.
yeah, I had that with an S7. I had an S9 that did it. I had an
Oh, well,
S10
that
that
was your
did it.
problem. You went with Samsung.
The last Android that I had was an LG, and I loved it. But then
LGs are good. I have
yeah,
Moto.
yeah,
No, Moto's pretty good. And if I was to buy the actual expensive one, it does have a good camera, but I don't need that. It's fine.
yeah. Well, but then LG got out of the handset business, so the one that I have is the last one they were going to produce.
Hmm.
So it was very sad, and faced with the choice of going to other products that I don't care for as much, I took a leap and decided to try the iPhone for a generation, and I fell in love with it. And after that, I got a Mac, and I got another Mac, and I got another Mac, and I got the iPad, and I got some Home Pods, and I got an Apple Watch, and I'm full fruit now. It's great. So
Oh my
everything
God.
is integrated and everything is wonderful. And I just switched all my email over to iCloud, so it's all integrated.
Okay. What I don't like about Apple products is that they make things strictly for Apple. So like if you want like Vellum, I guess is a good example. And then oh, what's the drawing one? There's a drawing one that like there's a lot of drawing devices out there now. But this program, which most classes teach in this program, is strictly for iPads and everything like that. And I'm like,
Well, that's not an Apple problem. That's a software developer problem.
no, that's
some
because they only prefer Apple products.
well, that's a developer issue. It's possible to say
Okay,
that
but it's because there's Apple products out there.
Apple products are wonderful. You should try one someday. Anyway,
I
enough
want to see in the
ranting.
comments who likes Apple versus PC.
We'd be happy to hear from you. You can contact us at revisionwizards.com. Anyway, so what's your plan for the coming couple of weeks?
So, plan for the next upcoming weeks. I have been working on illustrations for Scandal's Pen. I have currently 2 chapters fully done. And then I have some of the character designs drawn out, which is exciting. Um, pretty much each chapter is going to get one picture. This will go on to my Patreon section, and it will be in my specialized printed version. So once I figure out how to set that up on my computer, and once I get a nice printer, possibly after we move, because we might be getting a house, but I won't know yet. I talked to Trevor about getting a hand stitching book device. And for certain people only, they will get this handmade book for me with a special edition section inside.
That sounds disgustingly fun. So,
I'm excited for it. I already know what Ben's will be. I already know what yours will be. So like there's little extra goodies that will go into the special editions based on people being annoyed about stuff. And not annoyed, but like frustrated with certain things.
I understand. Well, that's all I got for this week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've just got to work on some Scandals Pen stuff and get some more betas, or at least get it up on a serial fiction.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that we'll announce that on a forthcoming personal update when you get it done,
Yes.
and we'll talk about it then. Okay. Then next week we have a regular episode of Revision Wizards coming up, and I hope everybody likes it. And in the meantime, we'll see y'all later.
Stay magical.